Okay, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. It's Monday morning, and yeah, it's we got to get back to it. It's cold too. It's 30 degrees right now, and I'm pulling out. It's 8:30 in the morning. It's Monday morning, and yeah, I know I haven't done a video in the last 4 or 5 days, probably, man. I've been down, y'all. My lower back has been really. I don't know. I guess I pulled, excuse me. I guess I pulled a muscle or something. It's been a struggle for the whole weekend. So ever since Thursday afternoon. So y'all know that I've been talking about, selling the shipping container. And a couple of you guys came in and said, hey man, you might want to hold on to that shipping container because the value done dropped on the shipping containers. And I believe you are right. The value has dropped in some areas, but in my area they're roughly about the same as I paid for them. Of course, that's what companies are selling them for. Now I don't know what they're getting for them or whatever, but I got a couple of photos here that I screenshotted and this is containers in my general area. Keep in mind that my container is a 40-footer, and it's called a high cube, which is 9.5 feet tall, and those are more valuable than your standard. Of course, they're more valuable than your 20-footer. So I believe, and of course I haven't put it online or nothing, I believe that I might not get quite all my money back, but I believe I can get about $4K for it, $4 grand. I think based on the prices that I'm seeing in my area right now. But just because you see the prices of something doesn't mean that is what they're selling for. Because usually on a shipping container, the sales and the delivery all go together. I believe, and I could look, but I believe I paid right around $4,400 for my shipping container, delivery, and all. So if I can get $4 grand for it, then that would be great. I don't know that I can, though. I might not be able to. I don't know. But based on what I'm seeing in my local little area, I should be able to get that. Maybe, okay, $3,800 just for a quick sale. It's all gonna be in the whatever somebody charges to deliver it or pick it up and drop it off. Luckily I got it in a spot at my house to where any Joe Schmo record driver that can, that has the equipment or the capability of hauling a 40-foot shipping container can back straight up to it. They don't have to do no figuring. So we'll see what it's worth. I don't know. You don't really know what something's worth until you actually get paid for it. I mean, it's only worth what somebody will give you for it. That's what it's worth. So I may hold on to it. If I see that the price done dip way down, like $3,500 or something, then I won't sell it. And there's a lot of trickery in the shipping container advertising game. They'll come on Facebook and they'll say $2,600 for a shipping container, but that'll be a 20-foot regular shipping container that don't include delivery. Of course, you got to click on it to know that. It's all kind of click shit going on, always. And then they got the ones that are, one trip. Well, shoot, they're $8,000. They're twice as much as the one I got. Of course, they're twice as new too. Yeah, there's just a lot of hoo-ha out there about shipping containers, and you really don't know anything until you actually money passes hands. because, like, I can't remember who said it. Like, one dude said in the comments, you know, the market is flooded with them right now. And that I believe the closer you live to a seaport, the less valuable the shipping containers are. That just stands to reason. If you live in Savannah, Georgia, the shipping containers probably don't cost as much as they do if you live on the south side of Atlanta. If you live in, you know, Idaho some damn where, or Kentucky, then there's no seaport there, you know. So you're going to pay more for one there because the market is not as flooded. That's just my thinking. The supply and demand comes into play then. So, yeah. But I'm thinking to pull up to this first one. I don't know how long it's going to take me. This is one, I'm not really cutting the grass, but it's the same thing to me. So I got to get my gloves and get everything ready to go and be ready to pull up in here because it's kind of a tight place to park over here. Anyway, so you see this front with all the leaves in the front. I know the sun is hitting, but you can kind of see that, and then the leaves on the side. I'm not doing that one. I'm just doing the painter's place here. So not bad at all. I'll get to blow some of these leaves, and you know, it doesn't look bad at all. So yeah, that's kind of this is the job that I'm going to be doing this morning. Well, it's the first one. It'll probably take me about, I don't know, 35 minutes or so, and it's $100. So yeah, let me pull up in here before somebody comes up behind me. So like I was saying, y'all, I did this one, right? Well, see, the folks that own this one, they own one of the houses over there on the $1 Million Street. They may have found somebody else. It's the same lady I've always been having problems with. It looks like somebody's been here though and done the leaves over here at some point, at least once. So she might have found somebody to do work cheaper or whatever. And if I don't do this one for them, then I'm not going to want to do their house either. Because see, these customers, and the ones with money are the shadiest. But I'll show y'all what house she is too. She's this one. She owns this medical building here, and she owns one of the big houses that we're going to next. But we're not doing hers today. She didn't want me to. She didn't want me to do this one either. But she's not saying, hey, I got somebody else to do it or whatever. I'm thinking maybe she found somebody else to do this one, right? Cheaper than me, and it could have been, you know, $10 cheaper. They ain't gonna do it much cheaper than me, because you know, me and her have had a lot of problems, you know, her paying me and all. We've had a lot of words over the years, and it's created a lot of you know, issues, attitude issues with me anyway, you know. And her too, she's not the type to show her attitude. She's just the type to you know, she'll just do sneaky stuff behind the back, and she'll always be nice to your face. But she's the one that takes like 3 weeks to pay me with Zelle and stuff like that. You know, the one I'm always having problems with her paying. And she's the one over there on the $1 Million Street where that tree fell back there, and she tried to give me $50 to clean the tree up. Y'all remember? Yeah, that lady. But it looks like somebody's been over here and done this property. So they might have got somebody. I think I charge $140 to do it, and she probably got somebody to do it a little bit cheaper, because you know, $140 for that property, you know, that ain't super high, but it ain't low either. And she's always trying to find a deal. She's that customer that'll drop you over $5 or $10. She just ain't never been able to find nobody to do things cheaper, you know. But I think she did over here. It looks like somebody, if y'all look back there at the bottom of this parking lot, it looks like somebody done blowed all the leaves back there to the back. See? And it wasn't me. And when I got here today, this area right here on this side of the curb to the property line, all this was clean. All the leaves were over there, where they just mowed it and blew them over there. So that's okay, you know. If you know, you can't make a customer keep you on, I would just ask that the customers be straight with me. And she's not going to be able to find nobody to do. Well, I don't know. You know, somebody might do it cheaper. But it's going to be hard to find somebody to cut her 5 acres as cheap as I cut it at her house over there. And see, that's where we're going to throw a curveball at her. If she gonna do me like this on this property, then I'm gonna do her a certain type of way on the other property. I'm gonna go up instead of me, because I don't care if I lose. If I lose this one, then I don't care if I lose her house too. It doesn't matter. I don't never want to lose a customer, but at the end of the day, the customer's loyalty is only during the summer, and that's just, you know, when it gets to this point in the year, she don't want to do nothing. You know, she gonna wait until, if she does want me to do this property, she's gonna wait till every leaf falls, and then she's gonna call me, and then she's gonna call me back when I get done over here crying about me not cleaning the beds out and stuff. So yeah, that's just the nature of some of the customers, y'all. And you know, you gotta take the good with the bad. Now this one's not gonna be perfect here, you know, but we know we're gonna at least come one more time. So I'm gonna text him and Venmo him so he can go on and get that going. And I'm headed over here to the next property. The property that I'm going to right now, it's across the street from the lady that owns this property. So she lives in a Spanish style house over there on the $1 Million Street. But yeah, I don't know what she's doing. She's being distant, put it that way. She's being schemy, you know. I can't stand that shit, dude. And I may even call her and say, look, if you don't want me to do this property anymore, just tell me, you know, see what she says. So I hope she says something smart, because that's how I feel, you know. I don't like these customers handling me, especially customers that I've been doing work for a long time. And, you know, she's always trying to play games with the money, the timing, and everything. I don't like that shit. And then when we get to the winter, she wants to play even more games. Like a lot of you guys have said over the summer, just drop her. And, I don't want to drop anybody. I like her husband, but she may drop me, so that's okay too. So a couple things, y'all, going on here. Zach, the neighbor over there at that little property, he has got on to Zach because the leaves were blowing onto his yard. Now I don't know, and I know the owner over there. Zach said that he got to be a Karen, and he started getting nasty. And Zach, Zach was gonna blow him off, but then he started taking pictures. The dude started taking pictures. And so Zach said, when he started taking pictures, man, I just said, to hell with it. I didn't blow it off. And all I told Zach was, look, if you blow him over there, then you blow him back. It doesn't matter. Whatever he's doing doesn't matter. That's irrelevant. You ain't got to say nothing. Just blow him back. You can't go to somebody's property in these little, that's another reason why I don't like these little neighborhoods. You can't go into somebody's property in these little neighborhoods and, accidentally the wind pick up and blow leaves over into the neighbor's yard and you not blow them back. No matter what the neighbor's doing, it doesn't matter. If you blow them over there, you blow them back. You take all the pictures he wants. I'm probably going to end up calling the owner over there and seeing. That may be the reason why we end up dropping that customer over there, because the neighbor has kind of been a real asshole over the years. And he doesn't really have to be. The properties are real tiny. We could do both the properties over there in 30 minutes. I mean, and I've done work for the neighbor, the one that's crying and bitching. He's just real funny about everything. And, some people are more funny about their yard than others. But if you're an employee working for a guy like me, and you pull up there and there's no leaves on his yard, when you get ready to pull off and there's a bunch of leaves on his yard, then you need to clean that up. And it goes back to paying attention to your surroundings, So, I mean, he's complained a bunch, but he's never complained when I've been over there and done the job myself, when I used to do it myself. And the job's not, I'm not going to be doing that job. If I can't send somebody to do it, then we're not going to do it. It's one of the 2 push mower jobs that I got. So, yeah. that's where we're at. I'm just saying. So I don't know what Zach done, if Zach done said something to him, or that ain't like Zach to say anything sideways or nothing. He ain't gonna say nothing sideways to nobody. He'd be yes sir, no sir, and all that. But the guy can get really anal. So, you know, I don't know, but I know that I'm gonna get a call from my customer, and that's and you know, because well, the neighbor took pictures for a reason, and we might get fired over there. I'm just saying, we might, and I'm okay with that. I'm at the point now to where I don't really even want to do the property anymore, because it seems to be that there's always an issue when I don't go over there myself. And the owner of the property that we're doing came back at me last week and wants us to push the entire yard now. And here I am trying to pull away from push mowing jobs, and there he is adding, you know, he wants us to push the front yard too. So, you know, some of it might be Zach's fault too. Zach might not be working efficient over there. He might not be bagging the leaves up like he's supposed to. He might not be working smart, you know. I mean, but you know, the customer, I know Zach ain't got disrespectful with the customer, with the neighbor, you know. So the neighbor has complained about things over the years. I mean, I've lost count. It's been a lot. And my customer always calls me and texts me and says, hey, make sure they don't blow anything over into David's yard. And I'm like, okay. But I mean, it's wintertime. There's leaves everywhere. The wind is blowing. It's really kind of petty for the neighbor to really say anything, you know. It ain't like Zach intentionally blew him over there. I don't think he would do that. I mean, I really don't. So, it's always something out here, y'all. And, you know, I mean, like I said, man, I don't really, you know, you get into this time of year, and with the way the season's been going, you know, since September, you know, these customers, man, they really pushing my buttons, man. And it might be a sign of, you know, me getting older and not wanting to deal with a whole lot of flip-flap, you know. That could be part of it. And another part of it could be, well, the economy and all, these customers start getting stupid when you get to the wintertime. They don't want you to come, they want you to skip this time and all that shit, you know. And with that, compiled with neighbors complaining, compiled with the customer coming at me wanting to push mow the whole yard, you know, and he upped the money some, but it wasn't very much. And, you know, it's just too much, man. It ain't hardly worth it, man. And I see why people get into the lawn care game and they get out of it. I see it. And it ain't just because of employees, equipment, and the heat and all the things that are obvious. A lot of times it's a lot of little things that just pile up on you, you know, and which ain't cool, because we already, you know, hurting for work now. And I don't want to drop a customer, but I don't want to have a customer's neighbor come out and say anything to my guy that is disrespectful, and my guy had to put up with a whole bunch of flip-flop. So, you know, Zach's already over here, so Zach obviously did not yeah, I'm not doing any of this. Is the only one I'm gonna do over here. He didn't cut me a place to park. I mean, how many times you gotta tell you to cut me a place to park, dude? It's crazy, man. You should cut me a place to park, man. You know I'm coming over here. So this is a property here that owns that medical building over there. She definitely hasn't had anybody do this yard, but she's not going to find anybody to do this yard cheaper, because she was grandfathered in on this yard. She got a steal, and ain't nobody else going to do it. But I'm going to come to her. If I'm not doing the office building, I don't want to do this one. See, I tried to give her a good deal, you know, so, you know, on multiple properties, but she's trying to find a good deal, and she don't care if she has 10 landscapers coming. If she could get a better deal, she'd have me cut a third of this and have 2 other landscapers cut a third of it. She's not gonna find a better deal. And of course, you know, this time of year, there's a lot of landscapers that are gung-ho, you know, but during the summer, you know, you got to be able to do things during the summer too. The heat down here where I'm at is a big deal, and it may be easier for her to find cheaper guys this time of year to do leaves and stuff, and to do the lawn than it is in the summer. Because in the summer, you're paying for a lot more than just the physical work. You're paying for the ability to work in the heat, and for the accountability and the dependability. And see, she does not treasure those type of traits. And that's what's going to be the problem with me and her, and it always has been the problem. You know, she's not going to find, I know she's not going to find nobody to cut this 5 acres cheaper than me. And certainly not going to find it as consistent. So, why is he going backwards? All right, y'all, I got to get over it. Okay, y'all, so we got an issue. I thought I smelled something. Something done went out right here. I think a pulley or something. I smell it. Yeah. So y'all see that pulley right there? Can y'all see the smell of it? You can tell by the vinyl nut done melted right there. So just I smelled it too. Look how hot that is. See, that'll tear your belt up, man. There ain't no fixing that. Sure ain't. It couldn't have happened at a worse time. Could not have happened at a worse time, y'all. We're not gonna be able to run this mower. I'll be damned. So the Skag's gonna have to cut all this. Now what I can do, this is where you have to weigh things, right? So we got 2 more yards to do after this one. I'm not gonna be able to use this. I'm not gonna use this one for sure. And nothing I can do about it. So at the end of the day, you got to cancel that. This is not happening. Okay. Now the dealer is, well, hell, the dealer is a long way away from here. It wouldn't even make sense for me to go to the dealer from here. We're talking about 35 or 40 miles to the dealer. So you got to weigh what to do here. So the best thing to do is, and you got to be in your thinking, and this is why I like to do my own scheduling, because I know what I need to know. So we're not gonna be able to use this mower. We got all this property right here to cut. We don't have to cut any of the other ones over here. I got the Skag, so I'm gonna get on the Skag and do everything that I can. Well, we're gonna have to finish this yard with the Skag, okay? So then what we're gonna end up doing is I'll send Zach. Zach's gonna have to leave here with the Skag, so whatever that takes. It's not good though, y'all. This is not good. Now what I can do is I can go home. I got another mower just like this one. Y'all know what's sitting there in my garage. I can take that pulley off, wop, right? Okay. Or I can just use that mower. Even though it's surging, I can still use it to get done with today. But we're gonna have to have that. We're gonna have to have that pulley. So yeah. And I know there ain't no dealer. There ain't no Exmark dealer around here. So, but this is where you have to weigh the timing of everything. So, yeah. Yeah. It's not good, y'all, but I ain't got time to kick it, man. Peace out. All right, y'all. So we got that big one done. Y'all know by now that the Exmark went down. It ain't nothing that's really gonna hurt us today. It did take us a little bit longer over there because we only have one mower, of course. I talked to a dude in Peachtree City today. Wants me to come look at his bushes. I ain't gonna have time to do it now. I'm not gonna have time to go by there and look at it. See, I thought that maybe we would get done over there and I'd be able to leave a little bit early, but we still got one big one to do and a little one to do, and it's 1 o'clock. So yeah, it's going to be already 3 o'clock before we get done. So yeah, I'm not gonna have time to go over to his place. I'm fixing to call him right now. Just tell him that. So I guess what I'm gonna do, man, is I'm probably gonna just swap the mowers out. You know, I would just grab the Ferris, but the Ferris is kind of big to be all up on that retainer wall over there. Or what I could do is I could go on and change the pulley. That wouldn't, I mean, I could do that too. I think I'd rather do that when I get done working though. So the quickest, I need to do whatever's the quickest. Quickest thing for me to do is just to grab the fuel injected surging mower and use it. It'll be fine for 1 yard. I mean, it'll probably still start surging, but it'll be, you know, it won't be like it's, you know, I got to use it all day or that. But that's another benefit of having, you know, the same mowers. And I can't remember it 100%, but when I redid the deck on that other mower, on the Exmark back last Christmas, I think I went back with all new pulleys. And so the pulley that is burned up on this mower, it's the most expensive pulley on the freaking mower. It ain't cheap. I want to say, I know it's over $100. You know, it might be 150, 140, something like that, I believe. And of course the belt is 130. So by me, you know, hearing and the way things sound and the way things feel, I was smelling burnt oil. It wasn't quite like burnt oil, but now that I see what happened, what I was smelling was the grease in the pulley, you know, in the bearings. That's what I was smelling, burn up. And, you know, of course the pulleys are sealed. That pulley's probably got 1,000 hours on it. So, you know, but they never break down when they're on the freaking trailer. You know, they always break down when you're in the middle of a big cut or something. You know. All right, y'all. So I grabbed the fuel injected surgeon mower, and I'll just use that one on this last one. And I did see one of these pulleys that I got that burn up. I did see it on the shelf in my garage. So I thought I had one, and that, you know, that's just because I've replaced. And normally I don't keep spare pulleys like that around. I rarely keep a $120 pulley, $130 pulley around. They got to break and then I replace them. You know, I might have backup belts and blades and that kind of thing, but I don't buy pulleys and stuff like that, you know, not until they break. Now, the only reason, like I said, the only reason why I actually have one is because I rebuilt that deck on this mower. So I just when I went back with all the stuff, I just put brand new shit on it. It's gonna save me some money right there, and just as important, it's gonna save me time. I don't have to go to the dealer tomorrow, and I don't even know if the dealer's got them in stock, but they usually do. It's the big pulley too. I'll show it to y'all this evening.